Hello, my name is Yuhang, and I did Natural Sciences in Cambridge, University of Cambridge, between 2017 and 2021. I was at King's College. I interviewed for the biological natural sciences, and I specialised in chemistry. Today I want to talk a little bit about the structure of biological interviews, the chemistry interviews, and how to prepare for them and what to expect. First of all, I wanted to talk about the structure of the interview. Interviews are different in each college. Each college has their own procedures, and so things can vary. You should check the websites of those colleges and your interview invitation letters just to see what to expect. For me, I interviewed at King's College, the biological stream, and my interview consisted of 2 interviews, and in each interview there were 2 professors of different disciplines. My first interview was a biochemistry professor and a mathematical biology professor. My second interview was a plant biology professor and a chemistry professor. So things can vary, and it's best to check so you know what to expect. So what are the interviewers looking for? The interviewers are there to assess your fundamental knowledge. So they want to find out what you know already, but mainly they want to see how you apply that knowledge, whether you can think logically through the question and apply the knowledge you already have to make educated guess of the answer. You see, university study, especially at Oxbridge, is very different to your school studies. There is no teacher to really push you to answer your questions and guide you. You go to lectures and you have to motivate yourself to go to them. There are problem sheets, questions and essays which you have to motivate yourself to do. And there may not always be someone where you can ask direct questions to. Like, you can ask the lecturers sometimes, but they are often quite busy and there's many more students. But there may not always be someone who has the right answer, which means there are many times where you have to find out the answer for yourself, looking through books, looking through the internet, and just generally thinking through the problems and the content. And so because of this, the interviewers are looking for that element of self-motivation, self-study, and logical thinking. So when you're doing these questions and thinking through your answers and talking through your answers out loud, just remember the interviewers are here to assess what you know and whether you can apply them. They're not here to trip you up or to ask you for knowledge that you don't have. During the interview, the interviewers will be asking you difficult questions, stretching questions that are beyond your current knowledge. So this will be things that you haven't yet learnt, things that are not taught in A-level or IB or whichever qualification you're studying for university. This is mainly content from first year university. Because of this, the main advice I would say is don't panic. They will ask you difficult questions, but they're not here to trick you. So don't panic. Think about your fundamental knowledge and build up to this answer or educated guess. If you find the question easy, then the interviewers may ask you harder questions to stretch you. If you find the question difficult, then the interviewers might give you some hints and ask you to consider the question from a different angle. So also listen out to what they are saying and try and keep calm. That is the main thing. So the best advice I can think of, apart from don't panic and stay calm, is talk through the problem. Don't sit there in silence and try and figure it all out before speaking. They want to hear how you get to the answer. They want to hear your logical steps, what you're thinking. So it is good to talk through the question, talk through what you're thinking, and show them your thought process. When you're faced with a difficult question that you may not know the answers to, start with your fundamentals. Find where your knowledge meets the edge of this problem. For example, if the question is about proteins, think about what you know about proteins. Start from an area where you are comfortable of the knowledge and of the science. And then from there, you should build up incrementally based on what you know. Take some guesses, give it a try. If you are wildly off, the interviewers might give you a hint. They might say, "Oh, have you considered approaching this problem from this way? Or have you thought about maybe could this scientific theory be affecting your answer or the question?" Listen out for their hints. They are here to try and help you as well. For them, they don't want to see you be stuck there for the whole interview. So you can, if they say something, listen to them and consider what they're trying to tell you. To go slightly above and beyond the answer, you should also think about your assumptions and talk about your assumptions and limitations of your answer. It shows a self-awareness that your answer may not be correct. And this is kind of true to science in general. We give our best guesses based on the evidence, but we also make assumptions along the way. And sometimes these assumptions may not be the best for the situation or for the question. So talk about your assumptions. For example, can we assume in a chemical reaction that the entire solution is finely mixed, that there's no concentration gradients, that the reactants react immediately? These are assumptions commonly made for chemistry and for chemical reactions. So talk about your assumptions. Talk about the limitations of your answer. Maybe there isn't a correct answer after all. Maybe there are multiple theories. Maybe there are multiple routes to the correct answer, or multiple answers that satisfy this problem. Think a little bit outside the box. Unlike exam questions, there may not be a hard and fast answer in science.